Hello there and a very warm welcome to another edition of Channels Beam. I'm Victor Matthias. Now, data released by the National Bureau of Statistics shows that Nigeria's economy has come out of recession after contracting for 5 consecutive quarters. The data on the country's gross domestic product released shows that the economy grew at 0.55% in the second quarter of 2017. However, mixed reactions have trailed this announcement, and that will form the crux of our discussion on the program today. But first, let's take a look at the trending topics in the past week. Nigerians launched an initiative to seek aid for victims of the floods that ravaged Benue State after torrential rainfall. Led by legendary musician Innocent Idibia, the cause has caught the attention of actors, musicians, and kind-hearted donors. And while Nigerians were battling with the effect of the floods in Benue, Hurricane Irma swept through the Caribbean islands, leaving in its wake destroyed property and loss of lives. The strong wind and rainfall have been predicted to cross over to Miami, Florida in the United States as well. The Nigeria Professional Football League came to an end with nerves shivering as to who will be crowned champions on the final day. MFM and Plateau United were looking to lift the 50 million naira trophy, but at the end, the Jos-based team beat Rangers International to lift the trophy for the first time in the club's history. Well, mixed reactions there, or mixed feelings if you like. But joining us on the program today is an economist and the research lead at Budget, Lloyd Atiku, and a writer and banker, Tunde Leye. Well, thanks for joining us on the program. But let's begin with the growth the Nigerian economy has recorded in the last quarter. Give us a sense as to what this translates to.
Contrary to what a lot of people that wanted to beat the statistician general were saying, it's correct that we are out of the recession. However, different. So the issue that I think should continue to be discussed and should be top on people's minds is that the way it is, the economy was contracting, and so it has it's the base from which you are improving from. It's like you had 100, and then you contracted to 80. You contracted to 70 to 60. If you now grow by 0.5% from 60, maybe you go to 61. You are not yet at the 100 that you started out from. So you have started growing, but you are not where you started from. And I think that's the key thing. The economy has contracted significantly. There's an analysis that was released by SBM Intelligence that I looked at, where they pointed out that when the economy started contracting in the first quarter of 2016, it contracted by 0.67%. Quarter 2 of 2016, 1.49%. Quarter 3, 2.3. And you can see that the contraction rates increased, and then it started decreasing. But right now, the 0.55% that has increased by is not even up to any of the quarter contractions. So we are still a long way from things being back to where they should be. I think the second critical thing is that the things that led us into a recession, and that we thought that the administration would take the opportunity to fix, unfortunately, they did not. I think that we have wasted this crisis. But let the administration celebrate. We are no longer in a recession.
So minimal as the growth is, going by the statistics, what were the factors responsible?
I think number one, I'll call it the perception in the market around the perception itself, which some economists now, if you look closely at the people working around behavioral economics, they believe that perception has a lot to do with how you end cycles of recession. I think number one, the perception improved slightly in the second quarter of this year. I think that's number one. Then number two, also, we have to understand that for those sectors that have been down, we've gotten to a point where, if you just put it hypothetically, you're a farmer, you're producing 200 tubers of yam last year. You're producing 200 tubers of yam last year. But this year, you're lucky. I mean, 2 years ago, you were producing 200 tubers of yam. Last year, you produced, because of the recession, you produced 150. But this year, you produced 151. It doesn't necessarily mean that the pressure that you are undertaking, I mean, that's actually pulling you down as a sector. It's just that you've gotten to a point whereby we feel we've actually seen the peak. I mean, we've actually hit the rock bottom, to put it in clear terms. So I think, whether we like it or not, there are some policy initiatives of government that help in improving the perception of the market and then help us push up the second quarter. But notwithstanding, the headwinds still remain. Number one, our oil economy that we rely so much may have improved because of government's policy going to the Niger Delta and trying to stabilize everything, talking to the Avengers and other things, helped the oil sector grow. And then they say the effect could actually resonate across the economy. But notwithstanding that, if you look closely at the numbers for last year, the total revenue of the federal government from the oil economy was just 697 billion. We spent about 1.3 trillion servicing debt. So there are disconnections there. So we can't really say this and that until we begin to observe patterns